Alright, we're doing a little editing work here on a process analysis essay. Here's the title: Why Make and Drink Turkish Coffee? Turkish coffee has been a symbol of hospitality in Turkey. Turkish coffee was discovered in the lands of Yemen, where Ottoman empires lived in, you'd say, in the third quarter of the 15th century. The pleasant aroma of coffee has been inseparable from the image of Istanbul because sultans of the Ottoman empires lived in Istanbul in Turkey. Turks always drink Turkish coffee for a reason. Therefore, it has played and plays an important role in Turkish life and customs for centuries in Turkey. There should only be one space right here. Coffee beans were purchased green and taken home, where they are roasted in trays and then ground in hand-operated mills every time. I would probably get rid of this. There we go. However, now the process has been much simplified. I would probably just get rid of much and say it has been simplified. But the importance of preparing Turkish coffee for one's guests is still part of the traditional hospitality. Authentic Turkish coffee is a special mix of aromatic beans which are naturally low in caffeine. The smooth flavor and rich aroma of Turkish coffee are excellent after lunch and dinner, or any time you want to savor a coffee. So in this particular sentence, we should probably put a comma here, because we have a coordinating conjunction followed by an independent clause. See the subject and verb here. For 2 perfect cups of coffee, you need 2 demitasse cups of water, 2 heaped teaspoons. We would say 2 heaping teaspoons of Turkish coffee, 2 teaspoons of sugar. For medium sweet, or 1 more, say again heaping, teaspoon for very sweet and coffee. This is an adjective describing the coffee. You need these elements for 2 individuals because Turkish coffee will be more delicious with more people. More people are equal to more speaking. The first step for making Turkish coffee is heating water in a Turkish coffee pot. When the water reaches about 50 degrees Celsius, add sugar and wait until they melt very well in the water. After that, add Turkish coffee into the blend and heat up the Turkish coffee to the boiling point. Now you don't need a comma here because you don't have an independent clause. You actually have a compound verb phrase here, clause, not for clause, but and heat and wait until they melt very well in the water. After that, add Turkish coffee into the blend and heat up the Turkish coffee to the boiling point. A thick foam will form. Retain it and don't boil too vigorously. Again, we don't need a comma here because this is not another independent clause, it's just a verb phrase. Okay. When coffee froths up to the rim, remove from the heat. Okay. Next, first pour foam out equally among Demitas cups, then the rest of the coffee. Serve along with a glass of fresh water. If you want, that, you are able to add a Turkish delight near the Turkish coffee to serve. You don't stir the coffee after serving. And also, you don't drink the ground, plural, we say grounds. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that's an adjective. You don't drink the ground coffee sediment. You can read your fortune in the trickle of the grounds in an upturned cup. However, you should find out some meaning of figures in the Dematasi cup, or you need a person who knows them. In brief, Turkish coffee is very significant for Turkish family life. Also, when the groom's family comes to ask a girl's hand in marriage, the prospective bride prepares and serves Turkish coffee herself as a display of her own abilities as a homemaker. Therefore, every Turkish household gets its first start with the taste of coffee. Furthermore, according to the Turkish expression, there is the memory of a single cup of coffee for the last 40 years. Reflects this sentiment of peace, friendship, love, and respect. Turkish coffee is not just a drink. It has been living culture, moving from ear to ear. It has been preserving its special flavor since the 15th century without changing. So hey, Ulash, just a couple of comments on your paper. First of all, I love the adverbs that you use. It's really, you use some great vocabulary to describe the Turkish coffee. Also, you use good format. You have a nice introduction. I'm looking at your introduction here. It's a good title, good introduction. The only thing I might add on the introduction is in your thesis statement, I would probably actually list the 3 subcategories. just to help your reader understand what you're going to talk about in the paper. So right here, list the main categories or steps needed to make Turkish coffee. Other than that, this is really a fantastic paper. There's just some minor corrections that you can make, and it's really a beautiful paper. So thank you for your hard work.